Hello. So I'm just kind of discussing a little bit where I'm kind of at with the next sketch. So I'm not gonna really say anything about the location, but the uh the guy is supposed to meet, but there's gonna be some really crazy weather. So it'll either be, a door knock if it happens in that weather, or if it's delayed, it would be during the week. Probably at around 4 PM if it does happen during the week, if it's a meet. So basically, that's kind of the situation. To an extent, I kind of have to plan around it. But either way, I have all the guys' info. I'll always keep you guys updated. Hey, Junie, what's going on? NTF. NTF is just here. Scientolo Greek. Oh, geek. Or that is Greek. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just kind of basically I get a say in not too specific terms about exactly what I know is true. So it's basically the situation is the weather is going to be pretty crazy as far as like a snowstorm. Obviously that wouldn't stop me catching the guy. Um, that would be a. I would just say if it happens through probably Sunday and Monday, it'll be a door knock. Just because the guy, the predator, won't won't either won't or won't be able to drive in that weather. But if it is delayed, it would be during the week. But yeah, basically, you know, uh, he he sent a dick pic, and on top of that, he did arrange a meet. So there should be there's pretty much like no way this sketch isn't gonna happen. I don't see. That's kind of about it. So I said yesterday that it might be Sunday at around 2 p.m., which is still possible. Yeah, I don't really get Scientology. Not to get on beliefs or whatever, but it's just like a religion, I guess. Yeah, so when I do go live, this guy's gonna be pretty bad. You know, it'll be live on this channel. So, want to see that goes down, kind of as it's happening. I do kind of always go live on this channel. Yeah, who would have thought not much people would be up um before 8:30 on a morning. Yeah, actually if people are in California. It's must be like 5:30 there. So, been up since 5. Yeah, 6:30 over there. Uh yeah, I've been up since like probably like yeah, I think it was like 6:30 I woke up. And yeah, it been up for 3 days. Man. Yeah, so if anyone is just coming in, I'm just kind of saying what the plan is, what the game plan is, whether it's going to be a meet or a door knock that will just kind of revolve around the weather, basically. Um, I can say if it'll be a door knock, that'll be because either directly the weather or that he didn't meet up the like when he could, I guess. But yeah, we'll be going live from this channel. Yeah, other than that, I mean, I don't really have anything more to say. I just kind of want to, you know, always be transparent about what the plan is. The one thing I'm not gonna do is like say, remotely where it is or anything like that. That's not a good idea to do. Yeah, sleep's like a kind of a weird thing. It's like I feel like now I sleep like 5 or 6 hours or something like that, like at most, and then kind of like in the morning, it's almost like a car that takes a long time to turn on or something. I'd be up, but not really. Might the weather prevent law enforcement been present? I mean, I wouldn't think so at all. I mean, they kind of have to show up no matter what for anything. Well, I'll just kind of say what the exact issue is the meat would require the predator to drive a couple hours in a snowstorm, which already isn't looking like the plan. Um, so but yeah, it's either we set up a meet kind of when the kind of after that rolls over, and that would be during the week, or if it's gonna be a door knock, it would still be in a snowstorm, but then it would be actually during the snowstorm. Should be like Sunday through Monday. Yeah, I looked at the weather. I guess we're getting slammed. I think we just actually got it. Hey Tracy, hope all's well. Constantine. Oh shit. I think this is the same storm. It's saying 13 inches. We'll still do it though. We'll still do it. Yeah, I don't want any more snow. I'm done with the snow. I hate the snow. I hate the rain and I hate the snow. I'm probably gonna get a copyright strike for this. Hold on. Um.
I hate the snow. I hate the snow. I hate the rain and I hate the sleep. Man, I sure do hate the snow. Feet are froze and my toes are too. Whoa! I hate the snow. I hate the snow.
Yeah. I hate the snow too. I gotta. God damn. My car is snowed in. I got a shovel. We gotta put in work around here just to travel. The mailman's actually wrapping the struggle. They haven't even been plowed out from yesterday. Yeah, and I thought the snowstorm was gonna come like way later. I was kind of thrown off by it. I thought it was gonna happen like I heard there was gonna be a storm, but I didn't think that. Yeah, like I thought it was like gonna come way later. Yeah, definitely. The streets aren't too bad though. It's drivable. Oh man, it's actually still snowing. It's not snowing bad though. It looks like it's yeah. The only time I probably wouldn't drive is when it's like a complete whiteout. Because then it's like a visibility issue. But yeah, then you see these people driving fast. Like, you don't even have a lot of time to brake, even if someone does something stupid in front of you. Anyway, it's like you don't want to. It's like when it's like black ice, snow on the ground. Like that's gonna your car's gonna take way longer to stop. So I always drive slow. I used to drive fast though. I did. When I got my license back, I started driving slow. Haven't hasn't been a problem. Nah, I think you could do it. Just take the first step. You know, you need to get in your car, hit a big empty parking lot, and really test your driving in the snow. That's how I did it and got over my fear of driving in the snow. Yeah, I've had I remember one time I was like driving on the highway. My car like hydroplaned. It literally did a full like twirl, and then when I was on the I guess they call the breakdown lane in the highway, it was like facing the other way. Yeah, around here you kind of learn stuff like skid school. That's like what I did. If you slide, you turn out the direction. You turn out the direction you want to go. Oh, turn the direction. Yeah, my thing is you don't want to really brake. Like if you're trying to go straight though, no brakes. You got to just because if you brake too hard, then your car will go one way or another. Yeah, if you're going like, especially if you're going like at a decent speed and you brake, I've been there, and you want to be there. Yeah, I mean this weather's pretty fine to drive, and I think even whatever is gonna come is gonna be fine to drive. It's just kind of more, yeah, I'm kind of more just thinking about like just shoveling my car. Like even if it's like a really bad snowstorm, as long as I drive slow and just plan, should be good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got an all-wheel drive. Well, actually, whenever that happened, I don't know what kind of car it was though. Then I know the car I have right now is an all-wheel drive. Yeah, it's so annoying is when people they'll like tailgate you when you're driving slow and being responsible. That's when I drive extra slow. If like my regular speed was too slow, then wait till you see my speed when you're tailgating me. It's always like a Dodge that does that. I don't know if chat kind of froze or what. Hold on. Yeah, so I think that's really about it. I just want to kind of keep you guys updated. After enough speeding tickets, you stop caring about other people. Just stay in the furthest right lane. Yeah, that's kind of exactly for me too. Cause like I got into a bunch of accidents. Like I drove fast. Like I did all the I did all the things, you know. Um, but yeah, but then when your car insurance is high as hell and you have points on your record, you just kind of learn it's not worth it. I learned the hard way, you know. But yeah, I think I've only been I've pretty much like in my entire time I've got my license back. Well, I've never got a ticket. But I've only been pulled over once, and that was actually because they made a new, think like a radon red kind of street. I've had 3 speeding tickets since I was 19. No, I got a lot of speeding tickets. I mean, I didn't go crazy fast, like but it's been like it would be, you know. Remember I was slated for like 85, 83. I wasn't trying to like outrun the cops or anything, but definitely fast enough to get a ticket. I had enough points to lose my license at 19. Then went and asked the judge if I could complete the classes on my first ticket. Oh, and he dropped it from 6 to 4, and that's even from. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought like you were like sent to doing classes from your first ticket. Like that's brutal. That's harsh. Yeah, yeah. I took some of those courses too. I mean, like I got too many points, and like around here, it's like you have to take like a course in person. And if you don't take that course, then you kind of do run into the points issue. But yeah, it's kind of like if you take that course, that means you're like in the. It's really. I think it's just like one more. I think one more moving violation, then you're done. Not like done, but the whole suspended thing. It's like I think it's like a certain amount in 6 months. I most def ran from the cops once I was 21, and I got away. But oh, bro, that I think, bro. Honestly, though, like if I feel like I'm being pulled over by the police, I think like I mean, it's not even about whether it's like a right or wrong to pull over, but it's more like they could kill you. Like I don't know, like they will, because like what'll happen is if they do get you, right, they'll pull their guns open, right, and yeah, it's just like one wrong move, it's like getting swatted, you know. It's like some kind of think about is when they determine, whether something was a right thing or the wrong thing, or whether excessive force was used or whatever, or lethal force. That's discussed after the fact. But it's like whenever if you see, aggressive people with a gun or guns at you, doesn't matter what the situation is, like that could end in a death. They yeah, something they actually do is bro, I don't know why I'm blanking this morning, but they'll put out that all right, yeah, I can't think of the word, but it basically pops your tires. Can't get away. I told the cops and sister's name, and got away with that. Got away with it. That was 2017. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, spike strips. Yeah, definitely. I just won't get it. Yep. You guys have won the trivia of the morning. Giving out cash prizes. Add a warrant. Yeah, I mean, honestly though, the way I kind of look at it is, I think they kind of like the system kind of just gives regular people a hard time rather than people that actually do harm. And yeah, it's definitely true that rates don't matter anymore. So it's kind of like the way I kind of look at it, if someone even like gets arrested or goes to jail, it's like no longer you can even think that, oh, that's probably for a reason, right? You know, it's like if you look at the stuff that people like walk from, you know, versus what they get hard time for, it's ridiculous. It's like the idea that you could have like like a substance or a drug, but just a lot of it, so that they say you're selling, they'll put that person in prison for decades. But if someone meets up with a kid for sex, that will be, yeah, they'll walk. I keep repeating that point, but I don't know. Repetition is key. I don't know. I guess at a certain point, you do kind of think the system is a joke. Like when you're like younger, you kind of think like, no, everything needs to work the right way, but nah, it's a whole scheme, it's a whole joke. It's kind of something's kind of crazy. Is I think maybe if it was like a shitload of time ago, maybe if it was like 18 or something, and someone said what the Epstein files were about, then I'd be kind of shocked, be like, no way, that's like a crazy conspiracy theory. But honestly, when that came out, I just didn't, I was not surprised. There was not one surprise part of me. I'm like, yeah, because I see it. When you see it on a smaller scale, like right in front of you, like you know what the person that you're talking to did, in meeting up with the minor or what they believe to be a minor, and you know that that person walked, you're like, yeah, the system's bullshit. It's not at all surprising that uh that goes on at a large scale without consequences. It's not even surprising. It's like it's again like the only thing that would be actually surprising is like they actually do something about it and everyone goes to jail and you know that would be surprising. Then I'd be shocked. And you might not be selling. It might be, yeah. Here's the thing. All right, okay. So if you're at a grocery store and you buy in bulk, are you running a restaurant? Didn't think so. You're either trying to save money or make it so you don't have to shop again. But if you just have a little bit too much for personal use, that's arguable for personal use, they'll say you were selling. In New York, you can carry 3 ounces on you, like anywhere else. That's trafficking weight. Yeah, like for weed. So if you let's say you just have a lot of weed, you know, for weed. Oh, actually, you know what could literally be like you bringing weed on a road trip, federal crime, which is ridiculous. And beyond even that, it's like I kind of think that that the government can kind of just get whoever they want to put in jail. I mean, are we even really sure that just because the government is accusing them that that's what they actually did? Like at a certain point, you just kind of don't have any faith at all. Well, no, I mean beyond that, it was actually worse than that. It was like it'd be at least better if it was more of just like an out of touch thing. The people that actually made those laws had actual bad intentions. They wanted to target political opponents. And then worse than that, Like a lot of the prisons actually make money from just people being in there and profiting from slave labor. Yeah, and cops plant stuff on people, trying to prove otherwise. So that's kind of the thing. It's like whenever, I mean, I don't really think it's necessarily wrong, but like sometimes these audit people or whatever, they'll think they have rates that they should have. Not disagreeing with that, but bro, if you're being pulled over by a cop, that is a dude with a gun. That's all that is. That's a dude with a gun that can take your rates. It's like there's what's supposed to happen, and then there's what actually happens. It's like if you think that like the Constitution means anything, or you have rights, it's I mean, I don't know, it's just made up. Like rates, all rates are just yo. All right, someone called and hung up. Yeah, but all rates are in this country, honestly, are just cute words written on paper. That's really all it is. It'll be started on the private prison complex, the crooked judges, the lawyers who are having lunch with the prosecutors. Yeah, I think there was a scheme. It was called Kids for Cash. And the judge was such a douche. But that's exactly what he did. He would I think one person was just like was drinking underage, and this judge literally gave him hard time and ruined his life. And unfortunately, he actually commit suicide. I'm actually not sure if this guy's even still in jail. Oh yeah. Oh, so he was pardoned. Oh wow, he was pardoned. Shit. I don't think I'll be copyright struck, and if I do, then there's no justice in the world.
Announcement that he'd be pardoning his embattled son Hunter surprised many people, but he also commuted the sentence of a now former judge who received $2.8 million in kickbacks to jail 2,300 children, some as young as 8. Now one of the outraged moms is speaking out.
You ruined my life!
A mother is screaming at a corrupt judge who wrongly sentenced her teenage son to prison in the notorious Kids for Cash scandal, one of the worst in judicial history.
Do you remember me? Do you remember me? Do you remember my son? An all-star wrestler? He's gone. He's gone to some of the heart.
Her son, who was sent to a for-profit prison in exchange for kickbacks, ended up killing himself.
My kid's not here. He's dead because of him.
Now Sandy Fonza is speaking to Inside Edition after President Biden commuted the sentence of another judge who was convicted for his role in the scandal 15 years ago.
And I just feel like it's political, politics as usual around here.
Sandy Fonza says she was stunned to learn about the commutation for disgraced Judge Michael Conahan, who was serving 17 years for.
So it's like, look, those people go free. All right. So I would just say this. If you get like messed with by the government, like, I mean, honestly, they could just like, I wouldn't really put up a fight because they could literally just kill you without consequences. Like, don't pretend that's a safe situation or you have rights. But yeah, don't take it personally. Because my thing is, if they let people like that out, right? The entire thing is bullshit. And it's like, yeah, they're talking about like Trump this, Trump that, and I agree with all that, but Biden, like, it's all bullshit. It's like, if we can't agree on this shit, then we can't agree on anything. The issue is when you give a simple person the power to decide another's fate, they start believing that they are somehow godlike. Yeah. You know, something that's actually true is, just speaking in generalities, it is kind of a known thing that, and I think you can be a good cop, like I do. There's a lot of cops that do good. Um, but I do have I do come from a family of cops. But I will have to say there was a there was a big number one reason why I would never want to be one, and it's this. It's that, like, how could I enforce laws I don't believe in, or a system that I don't believe in or that works? Kind of same reason I wouldn't be a lawyer, same reason I wouldn't be. Yeah, it's just kind of like this: if the system, isn't just, it's kind of just like I don't feel like I would want to be an agent of that, you know? And it's like, even the predator catching thing, like, it really is, like, the law is an aspect of it, but this is right or wrong, you know? My thing is, you know, it's just kind of crazy that you're really gonna get cracked down on, like, I guess for exposing someone, right? Like, let's say you expose like a pedophile, but they didn't talk too sexual in the chat logs. Like, understand this: you will get hit, not the pedophile, even though he's just talking smart in chat. You will get hit. You will face a suit. Wanna know why? Because this entire system is built by pedophiles. I call it the pedophilic justice system. That judge never drank when he was a teenager, and if he didn't, probably he was a girl with no friends. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just gross. It's like, what's worse, drinking underage, or which isn't even bad. I think it's I don't think doing drugs at underage, like, it's not it's not a moral thing. It's not like it's morally wrong, but it's just not. It's harmful. It can be harmful or unhealthy, but not criminal. But, like, where does that stand with child exploitation? It's like child exploitation. I don't know. Maybe walks free. Altering your consciousness. Yeah, I actually don't even agree with that. I mean, I definitely don't think kids should do drugs. I mean, unless it's like medical or whatever under supervision. But drugs is medicine. There's not even a difference between drugs and medicine. Yeah, nobody should be a pedophile. Power corrupts in Ohio.
For taking $2.8 million in kickbacks, along with Judge Mark Ciavarella, payment for sending
Oh, this is like the douche guy.
juveniles to prison.
One of the things that have gotten me through after my son passed was that they were in jail and paying for what they did. And now, you know, Conahan is out walking and enjoying his Christmas with his family, which is something that I'll never be able to do again.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, where is the justice? So she has a dead son. She cannot have Christmas with their son. But that piece of shit, he can have Christmas with his family. That's how the system works. Like, explain to me how I should take that system seriously. I don't see the argument.
Walking and enjoying his Christmas with his family, which is something that I'll never be able to do again.
Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro says he also believes the commutation was wrong.
I do feel strongly that President Biden got it absolutely wrong. Some children took their lives because of this. Families were torn apart as a result of these corrupt judges deciding they wanted to make a buck off a kid's back.
It breaks my heart for my son, especially at Christmas time, because I feel defeated and I just feel let down again.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, we should all feel defeated, you know, because it's not even if we like protest or whatever that we can even change anything. Like, it's a fucking myth that this country is a free country. Sounds great though. That sounds nice, but it's bullshit. Like, what do you mean, bro? The government can literally do the exact same thing that they can do that Kim Jong-un would do. Exact same thing. Like, really, the only difference between like an authoritarian country and whatever this is just labels. It's like what they call themselves. Yeah, evade taxes and get 34 years. That's exactly it, you know. Any other situation, you know, if anything, it was like, if like, I don't know, like if you kind of would think like if a citizen had like a money issue or whatever, pay taxes, just kind of like work with them, you know. But a lack of payment for the government, like that loses your freedom. But you know, it doesn't. If you kind of think about it, like it doesn't necessarily cost the government anything or the powers that be anything if a kid gets harmed. I hear federal is worse. They can't have personal TVs, get moved around all over the country all the time. I mean, no, my understanding is like I think the conditions in federal prison are better, but the downside of that though is you have to serve 85% of your sentence unless you do something called like I think called RDAP or whatever. Don't ask me how I know. Sometimes I just go on these like research spirals and figure stuff out. Spontaneous Spurg studies. Yeah, you know, I guess when you call them, I'm trying to think of the word. What they call rabbit holes? Just kind of like this whole thing about, you know, people, like coping with going to prison. Rabbit holes, yeah. That's definitely it. The whole hole. Yeah. That's kind of how we use ChatGPT. I really was trying to figure out quantum entanglement and why you can't send information faster than the speed of light. But it turns out you can't. Because you actually can't. It's true that it would affect. It's kind of like if you have all right, I wanna butcher it. But I think it's like either like a proton or a neutron or something like that. Or a proton or something like that like whatever that state is, even if it was on the opposite side of the universe, it would be affected by it. It would be like the it would either be like the opposite of it. That's what it is. But you can't affect that original state, so thus you can't change what that state is on the other side of the universe. Anyway, I don't know why I got into that. Why are criminal masterminds like Sam Clinton still free? Yeah, bro. Because no justice in the world. I mean, shit. I mean, if I was even the cop or whatever, I would just be like, I wouldn't want to ask. I would just know the person just either didn't commit anything illegal and it just kind of done, and then I would just go home and just try to not think about that situation ever again. Like maybe issue a ticket, but yeah. Shit, I don't even want to know about that situation. Those standards, all you have to do is flash your moves. Yeah. Seems you pick out a nice frock and do a live and get over with it. And get it over with. Oh, wait, I don't know. Okay, I don't know what that means. So whatever that means, I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Is like I don't. Yeah, it's like I don't have to know what other people do like that. Like one, I don't want to know, and two, I don't have to know. Oh, oh, that's what a frog is. I'm just interested in construction sites. I mean, that story made it to New Zealand. I saw. Oh, I think there's another thing I could probably show you guys. I'm in the spirit of showing you guys stuff. Credit to TMZ.
Could you please give us your name?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Is it true, sir, that you have what's been described as an egg-shaped penis?
Form, vague, indefinite, and I'm going to give you the first warning, Mr. Kubin, that these types of questions are not only argumentative, but directed in a manner to embarrass Mr. Epstein. If you continue with this type of question, I will adjourn the deposition immediately.
Sir, according to the police department's probable cause affidavit, one witness described your penis as oval-shaped and claimed when erect it was thick towards the bottom but was thin and small towards the head portion and called it egg-shaped. Those are not my words, I apologize. But as Mr.
Now adjourned.
As Mr. Critton has stated, that this is a...
All right.
I'm willing to continue.
I'm a pedophile elite. You can't insult me. Eggstein. He didn't say he didn't deny it actually. He didn't say no. The lawyer just said it would be embarrassing to the defendant. None of that saying no. So I don't know. Let me try to think of another thing that's not related. I'm trying to think of what this was about. Well, basically, he was like this dude. I don't know if anyone knows about it. But he was like this dude who, you know, filmed CP, I guess, and I guess there was like a reporter after he was like leaving court after pleading guilty, um, and he was doing the whole thing where he was trying to look like remorseful and everything, saying like, "I'm gonna try to change the laws and everything and this and that," and he just did it for the money and made a mistake. But then when he actually gets out, he's been just promoting stuff protecting those people, like sex offenders, like I think I'm not exactly sure, but I think he's trying to like get rid of the sex offender industry and stuff like that. It's like I think the problem is that because things like that go on, it's because the laws aren't harsh enough. They don't need to be loosened up. And it's like you can't expose pedophiles for nothing. Like, oh yeah, I just can't think of the name though. I think I'd be able to if I could remember like the new channel he made. It got like no views, so it wouldn't pop up. And I don't necessarily want to promote it. But I was trying to find him just leaving court because it doesn't say his name. Hasta la pasta. Yeah, if I can find it though. But it's kind of something crazy. It's not like the platforms and everything are doing enough. Because here's the thing, like if you make a video calling someone a pedophile or anything like that, they will take you down like that. And we all know it. Like you can't even throw that word around, But borderline like child sexual abuse stuff on the internet, that's allowed, And like they'll just argue, "Whoa, we try to do everything we can, this and that." But just why is it though? Like it's kind of like that might be plausible. Like you might think, all right, there's like billions of people in the world, this and that. Maybe they can't. But why is it that they're just so damn good at getting the people that accuse people of being pedophiles? It's like they're really good at that. Like they're really good at that. But they're just like terrible at, uh things that affect real people's lives. Like so who was Jeff Epstein? Was he in the files? Was Jeff in the files? Was he in the files too? Wild. So was Jeff's definitely in the files. Oh damn. 54 packs of eggs, guys. . Yeah. So I mean, aside from giving actual updates about the catch, we got some side tangents of you know, how nothing matters in the universe and the government is bullshit, and there's no right and wrong in the world. Ew. Eggs are gross. I can't have eggs. Well, actually, I mean, not interpreting that comment literally, but I think Jeff and his brother can have that lady this way is off YouTube. I don't know. They're not for me. I can't have an intolerance. I have to actually cut like so much shit out just to not get sick. Ew. That's no good. It's been a Zorro Ranch in New Mexico. I mean, the biggest thing they have in kind of New Mexico is a Breaking Bad thing. I mean, I feel like he could have, like anyone could have, like made like a Breaking Bad kind of theme to catching. That would have been like a very easy thing to do. You just kind of blew it. Like, how do you blow that? You know? I mean, as a desert, there's probably a lot of dead bodies there, bro. Food sensitivities suck. Yeah, it's like, well, it's actually bigger than that. It's like, if I have like too much of the wrong thing. I'll not function too well. All oils they say are better for us is total BS. Use real butter. Yeah, I don't even know what's what. I think I heard that Dr. Disrespect is just like back and everything, like on the internet, on YouTube. It's like that was gonna be over for him. No. Trying to see my history for anything good to show. Oh, what the fuck? It's not even my history. I don't watch these videos, bro. This won't be on my account. The MV-Cap one. I don't know what this stuff is. Most convincing time traveler. That would be a video I'd watch. That's probably one of what I watched. Let's see. Yeah, I probably have to check Fireside. Some shit. I think the snow stopped. I think it stopped. I think it did. Cat Eyes in chat. Hope you're doing well, Cat Eyes. Stopped here for a bit, but it's coming and you'll get it after I do. Yeah. I hate the snow. I hate the snow. I hate the rain and I hate the snow. Man, I sure hate the snow. Stopped here for... Oh, I just read that. That's smart. Who is Jeff hiding in his hole in the wall? Yeah, bro. I think like here's like what I actually think it was. Probably like one time of like built up YouTube rage. You just put a hole through a wall. Or his parents' wall, rather. Man, fuck, man. Yeah, definitely. I agree, Tracy. Yeah, and I mean, something that's kind of true is don't let the trash get you down. You know, just because there's trashy people, you know, in this community doesn't mean, you know, the entire world's like that. So yeah, I saw how they were kind of going at Cat Eyes. Do people go live here anymore? Who's going live? Are there any live plans today? Not for nothing, but the only people that have been going live are the lowest common denominators. Oh yeah, so the update of the catch. Yes, I should probably do like short videos or something about this, or community posts, just because I go on a lot of side tangents. But basically the situation is, so the area I'm going to is going to get hit by a snowstorm, which only means that would impede the predator's ability to drive what would be a couple hours in the snow. But I have his location, his identity, and everything I need like that. So either if I do catch him during the snowstorm, it'll be a door knock. And I think it'll be a comparable charge because he actually already sent, what you would call an obscenity to what he believed was a minor, which is a crime. So he's pretty much already done it. So either he goes to the meet, I go to him. But yeah, like the storm will completely be through Tuesday if it's post storm. But if it's done during the storm, Sunday or Monday, then yeah, that's the update. Oh no, I was kind of referring to Anthony Cruz and Savvy. And kind of just like the restreaming shit, like that's just kind of, it's very low quality. Yeah. I mean, technically, I've been going live too, just not often. Yo, we're gonna expose what people are putting out publicly. They exposed me. Like they they showed at an elaborate plan of of having a psychological dependency on a briefcase. They exposed me. I was gonna get a briefcase. Was gonna do catches with it. Put the pet file in a briefcase. I'm not really sure. Skills live. I mean, I would prefer at least like anything but restreaming, because like literally just playing videos. Here's kind of my thing. I don't know if this is like way too simple to think about this, but if you're restreaming a live stream, then why not just watch the stream? That's my thinking. That's my thinking. Chris might show up and kiss you. Hopefully not. Now we know. Now we know what would happen if a traffic cone had a channel. I was going through my old all my avatars. This was effectively a bad idea, but I always was proud of the craftsmanship of this. Like, this really did its job. Out of tinfoil. Although I don't recommend it, though. It's like you got the effect, but then you got a little something else. Where you're like, that's probably not good. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna catch the next Pred with Daniel Messberg. He's got to calm down, you know. You just can't tweak or try to sell the Pred meth. Those are the two rules. Just two. Yeah. It did work, though. It did work. I think I should. Yeah, but I actually think it might be a good idea. Because, like, wouldn't you be more inclined to open up to someone who's already, you know, on the other side of the law, too? Like a tweaker or something like that? Not like hello, I'm Daniel Misberg. It's got to be way more tweaked out than that. I think I'm already naturally tweaked, so I can probably adjust in the role pretty well. Ever smoke with aluminum, just a friendly oh yeah, no. And that's one of the lessons I learned the hard way. Yeah. It was kind of weird. It's like I felt a little bit of yeah, like a little bit of nausea and like kind of a head rush, and I was like, that is not good. That is not good. The same reason I actually put down whippets and nitrous oxide. I did that too. But after a while, it's just like when you're seeing stars, you're like, that's probably not good. Yeah. Aluminum is as bad. The meth you're smoking on it has thousands of chemicals. Yeah. It's not just aluminum. Yeah, no, it can't just be like it can't be like formal or whatever. So like, I am Daniel Musberg. I just live down the street. Nah, it has to be I don't know. Gotta try to get in the character. I'll probably start the conversation by saying, "Boss, do you need? Can I get a cigarette? Something like that." I'll have the phone going live. He won't expect a thing, you know. I'll even be like shaking the phone. They never expect it. And yeah, I don't know what it is about StreamYard. I read the same comments multiple times and thinking it's a new comment. It's kind of like the opposite of deja vu. I think there's a word for it. This is something about UFO files. Alright, this is gonna be another ridiculous tangent that I'm gonna go on. But I'm gonna go on it.
Trump says the truth may be out there about aliens, and he wants the Pentagon to find the file. He says he's directing the Pentagon and other government agencies to identify and release files related to extraterrestrials and UFOs because of, quote, tremendous interest. Trump made the announcement in a social media post Thursday night. It came hours after he accused former President Barack Obama of disclosing classified information when Obama recently suggested in a podcast interview that aliens were real.
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know,
So aliens are real.
well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake.
The president can declassify anything that he wants to. So
Well,
if
maybe
you want
I'll
to
get him
make
out
an
of trouble.
announcement,
I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
We know
President Obama later clarified that he had not seen evidence that aliens had made contact with us, but said, quote, statistically, the universe is so vast that the odds are good that there's life out there, end quote. Public interest in unidentified. President Donald Trump says the truth may be out there about aliens, and he wants the Pentagon to find the file. President Donald Trump says the truth.
Yeah. I kind of saw that too. Like he didn't even say it was like he saw proof of aliens. I think actually what he exactly said is if there's a conspiracy theory hiding aliens, that they're hiding it from him too because he didn't see anything. But then I think he does go on to say that they're real. Which here's the thing. Of course they're real. You know, the universe may very well be infinite. The only thing I kind of think of though. I kind of feel like people need to be a little realistic about aliens, where they 100% exist, maybe even than Earth, but it's like I'll just say like we barely went to the moon. As advanced as like think about how advanced we are, right? Even in our own lives, compared to the entire human race, and then compare that to all of life on Earth, and how difficult it is, and how long it would take for an exoplanet to sustain itself. An exoplanet is just like a planet with life that's capable of life, to sustain itself, to be able to start life. You know, it's like there's one planet. I think it's like fully water. It's an exoplanet. I think it's one of the nearest exoplanets. One of the planets that can have life. But like although humans are just wondering why the aliens like that must be way more intelligent than us haven't visited us and aren't, planning on invading us, or haven't already, you know. But it's like we haven't even went to Mars. You know? Like we haven't even went to Mars, and that nearest exoplanet most likely is fish. And like, are we really wondering why fish didn't go into a spaceship and then travel however long it would take to get here, even if they're going near the speed of light? That's a weird thing to expect from a fish. Like, I would just say this, like, most likely, I would say the exoplanets probably near us, starting with that, are, like, if it's life, you kind of have to assume, at best, creatures or animals. But then, the anomaly has to be repeatable, what we are, somewhere else. But it's kind of like we are almost self-extincting ourselves based on what we created. And there's not a lot of reason to believe that that life could last that long. So it's kind of like the anomaly has to exist where they're probably like super intelligent, right? Maybe even able to harness stars, systems of stars, but kind of like the realistic thing is, even if they wanted to learn about us, like what they would actually have to do to get here would be like either going into a spaceship and then living in that through generations of generations, which would take, insane amount of time. When again, like we haven't went to Mars, so it's like we can't really expect out of aliens what we haven't done to ourselves. But even the wormhole idea is like, even if they were, on the other side of the universe or whatever, they'll say, yeah, you can just take space time and then wrap it onto itself and then poke a hole and go through. But that is really dangerous. That could cause a ripple effect to destroy the universe. It actually could. So it's kind of like maybe the aliens are just kind of living their life and maybe just trying to go to their moon or their nearest planet, or maybe even able to study us. But then even something that's true is, however far they are from us, right, in light years would be what they would even see if they started observing us. Like they wouldn't observe this right now. Like if the aliens were like putting their lens on us right now, they would not see us. Like let's say they're a million light years away. What they're gonna see is us. They're gonna see Earth a million years ago. So I mean, the only thing I can think of is like maybe in the history of the universe there could have been, probably like aliens that passed through, and there could be like, I don't know, I guess fossils of some, but the idea that there's like these, I don't know, like the idea that there would be that much of a vested interest in getting here and what it would take to do that, it's just kind of like it's just not feasible. Like even an invasion wouldn't be feasible, because like what would you even be trying to get? Resources? It's either resources or like slave labor. But then even if it's slave labor, if you're at the technology level where you could get to Earth from wherever they are, they would have to be able to create AI to a degree where they just have robots doing everything. Yeah, no. I just went on to a lot of tangents. Yeah, we got into an Epstein deposition. We got into Cash for Kids case of a judge being pardoned by Biden, actually. Democrat. Right? It's kind of like the way I look at it, like all of them are really kind of the same, you know? Shrooms is legit. Yeah, it's actually not good. That this is actually sober version. But yeah, I kind of got to that realization about aliens with ChatGPT. Just kind of learned about exoplanets and stuff. Philosophical Ryan. Yeah, so it's kind of like, yeah, as far as like the alien invasion though, it's like you kind of just have to think about it that either they would have to be at an intelligence level way beyond us and close enough to that it would even be worth their while to come here and visit us. But then you'd have to think the motive is either resources or enslavement, I guess. But like you can literally just build technology that can do things for you at that level, and you can get resources from planets that don't have life. Like there just wouldn't be a motive for it. And then it's kind of like if they are really like that far away. Like hold on, let me figure out. I don't like keep information in my head. Hold on. How old is Earth? I forget the exact age. Oh yeah, so like 4.54 billion years old. So like here's the thing. Let's say even let's say even aliens, that were intelligent enough to like whatever be a threat or just want to cause ruckus or whatever it is, right? But then they're 4.54 billion light years away. If they were to look at exactly where we are right now, they wouldn't even see Earth. They wouldn't be able to. Even the beginning of Earth's light that's reflected off of it wouldn't have made it by then. So yeah. It's kind of a weird thing to think about, that the universe being infinite. Like actually infinite. Like imagine all of the universe being considered infinitesimally small to everything. Yeah. Yeah, so my thing is like, yeah, I definitely don't think people that, believe aliens exist are like crazy or any of that. But it's kind of just it's got to be kind of grounded in feasibility, you know? We got to at least admit that the intelligence level that humans are at is considerably rare, and it wouldn't be found. Not that it wouldn't be found, but it wouldn't be found near us enough for them to visit us. Zoo hypothesis, dark forest theory. Oh shit, am I being taken down? Oh no. Oh, Mr. Mushroom. We cannot possibly be the only species in the entire... Well, maybe the solar system. But... yeah, like galaxies and all that, the entire universe. Yeah, definitely not. But it's more of like a probability thing. Where space might be the final frontier, but it's made in Hollywood basement. Yeah, there was actually times when I almost thought the world was flat before. It's like, because here's the thing. Like, it's not. It doesn't make any sense. You could think of that in a million ways. But what if, right? It's kind of like, you can't just kind of think of it, that what if when you actually, let's say you actually go to space and just like no one knows or whatever, and you actually go into space and then you just see it and it's flat, and the entire time and everything you're told is a lie. And the sun, that's just a light bulb. You know? that someone changes. A lot of people were saying that, and I kind of feel this way too, but a lot of people are saying that the sun doesn't look like the sun that it used to be since COVID. It's like it's way more white than it is, even though the sun is white. Make no mistake, but it looks more. I can't help but think that it does look more white than it was. You know, the Fermi paradox, where all the expected aliens means there is some kind of filter that prevents life from leaving a planet and colonizing galaxies. The great question is, has Earth successfully passed through this filter, or is there something in future guaranteed to wipe us out? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of really what it is I mean, we even know that the Earth isn't going to last that long, right? Like the sun's eventually going to explode, and then that's the end of Earth. So it's kind of like, it really is just a matter of how long can an exoplanet last? You know, enough for it to go as far as it can go. Yeah, but I think a lot of it is, even if it were to get to some, you know, it was able to last way longer. Well, actually, something I kind of found was, if an exoplanet was revolving around something better than the sun, it would last a lot longer. I was actually getting to that too. But it'll kind of delay the sun explosion. Below the sun, there is darkness. Or moon. Yeah, but I kind of think it's like a probability thing, though, largely, because it's like, you know, even if the universe is infinite, the cost of like getting here would just be too high. To move my table. Has been a massive disappointment. Said Steam is current state. Yeah, I kind of just don't care, honestly. I kind of did go up there, just kind of whatever, but it just seemed kind of dead. It's kind of boring. Yeah, that's true. Hey, do you guys see the solar eclipse? I saw that. It was a weird thing. Seeing the solar eclipse. I saw like a lunar eclipse when I was a kid. It was like a big deal that the moon was gonna be fully covered and then it was gonna be uncovered. But the solar eclipse, it was kind of weird. It was like, it actually almost felt like you took like a really quick but bad nap, kind of. Like I felt this weird sense of tiredness after. Um like a weird sense of tiredness, and then the birds chirped like as if it was the morning again. Like it's not just as simple as it goes dark and then it gets late again. It's not that simple. Like all kinds of other things go on. Yeah, I don't know if there is gonna be another solar eclipse, but I would recommend it. Oh shit! Actually, Predator Poachers has a premiere right now. How do you do the thing where I promote that? Told my 15 viewers. The alien thing is for the sheep to deflect off the Epstein file. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like they always just go to the. It's kind of like they always just go to the aliens when shit goes down. That's it. It's like the aliens are the scapegoat. Let's try to look for some. I think I have a video. It's not gonna be shared from Oh wait, actually, okay. This is actually a bigger thing. Forget the issue I was gonna go on. I gotta send myself this somehow. I don't know how to do it. I'm gonna try to email whatever this is. Can I email myself an Instagram video? But yeah, hold up. Hold up. So they say that this dude is actually, I don't know, running the world or something. What? Oh, I'm on Fireside. Fireside email. All right, I got it. All right, I got the video. I think we can share one more video. Hold up. Hold up, hold up. Oh, right there. The fuck's right in front of me. All right. So I don't know. What is this? What is the situation? I'm gonna play it.
It's a man you can slap but can also stroke. Going in the wind as an empty of the truth that is naked. It's verbatim. It's a man you can slap but can also stroke. Going in the wind as an empty of the truth that is naked. It's verbatim. It's a man you can slap but
So here's kind of just a weird thing about this. Is when I looked them up, I tried to just ask like AI like who this person is, see if they could identify them. They said he was Stephen Miller and insisted it was Stephen Miller. Who's a Trump advisor. I'm just telling you what AI told me. But AI said that dude. Wait, how do I don't think I can really compare. All right. That dude is this dude. That's what they were trying to, that's what AI was trying to tell me. Which it is not that dude. It is not him. All right, I kind of have an idea. So there's a video I'm working on. I probably mentioned it before. I'm considering I'm considering playing part of it. I think I'm going to show like the first minute and then like another minute into it. But that's it. Or actually maybe I should just Actually, probably what I should do, just because it will look better, I'll export it and I'll just make it a video so I could play it as a video. That would make sense. And it should export really quick too. It's exporting 59%, 70, 80. All right, there. Oh, it's almost done. Yeah, I'm gonna play a little part of it. It's actually what I'm calling the documentary that I'm working on. I mean, I don't even know like really what to call like a documentary or a video. I'm trying to like if I can think of a better word, I'll use that word. Oh, so it's all right. That video's been done. That video's been exported. But yeah, here's a little bit of it. Here's a little bit of it. Y'all ready?
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
Attorney General Josh Call said in the release that he wants predator stings to be done by the professionals and wants less what's being called vigilante justice. These kinds of stings are illegal and he says can do more harm than good, including a potential child predator away.
Before, he spoke out about what he calls online vigilantes and says his biggest concern is safety.
If somebody, pulls a gun and opens fire, an innocent person is going to get killed. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
And not to mention the numerous legal and ethical complications he says the group brings with it, like
All right, so that's one part. Trying to see what other part I should put in. My name is Ryan Couture, also known as MVCAT, which stands for Nonviolent Citizens Against the People That Harm Our Children. And this documentary is not about me. It is about the movement, what we do, why we do it, and why it matters. And the biggest question is, what qualifies us catcher channels to do what we do? The Constitution. The First Amendment of the Constitution allows you to ask people suspected of crimes in a voluntary way with no authority involved what they might be there to meet what they believe to be a child for adult purposes. You have a right to film someone and ask people questions. As a citizen, we have the right to put up online a profile that is depicted as a minor and see what happens. If done right, we never initiate, we never take the conversation where it becomes inappropriate and illegal, and we never initiate if they so choose to meet. So in other words, any of this illegal activity is all done by the perpetrator. So when I hear stuff like,
these kinds of stings are illegal and he says can do more harm than good.
Explain to me, what law are we breaking?
Fourth Amendment search and seizure rules.
We don't take phones.
The Fifth Amendment Miranda rules.
We don't arrest people.
They're no longer just citizens anymore. They're an agent of the state.
What the district attorney's arguing here is as soon as we begin to question the people in front of us that are there to meet and eventually harm a child, we no longer become regular citizens, but instead an agent of the state. So for clarification, let's just define this term right now. This is one definition: acting under the direction or control of the government, taking orders or instructions from state officials, performing duties on behalf of the government. Here's another one: working as an official law enforcement representative, employed as a police officer or investigator, carrying out law enforcement functions. So this would almost directly be a cop. So to be clear, all those legal requirements he was talking about apply to being agent of the state, but the only way to be an agent of the state is if you're directed by the state or you're a cop, which, if you remember, his whole point was to argue against what he's calling online vigilantes.
Before, he spoke out about what he calls online vigilantes and says his biggest concern is safety.
But you're never going to guess what the definition of vigilante is. A vigilante, by definition, is a private citizen enforcing the law without legal authority. So aside from these wildly contradictory reasons to just not take cases from citizens that they're calling vigilantes, it gets to the heart of the issue.
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
One could argue that police or DAs shouldn't advise citizens to do these kinds of journalistic investigations to then turn into law enforcement, because there might be some, evidentiary problems because they lack the training. Possibly. But the issue here is, past the reasons they gave that just don't make any sense, it's based on mere willingness to just not take the cases and to just blankly say that because they're citizens, we're not taking the case, is an entirely different situation, which is letting kids be in harm's way just because of their opinion. Beyond any of this, there might be some legitimate questions to be raised about how do citizens actually do what looks like sting operations, and that it's not actually a child that they're there to meet. What kind of legal issues exist there? As a legal term, mens rea is Latin for guilty mind, meaning criminal intent. It's what shapes most of American law, especially these kind of laws. If the offender believes the decoy was a child, regardless of if the decoy was a citizen or an officer that led to that belief, that is what is necessary to prosecute in these cases. So let's see how this plays out in Massachusetts law, in which I'm from. So in Massachusetts, child enticement, entice means to lure, induce, persuade, tempt, solicit, or invite. Anyone who entices a child under 16 or someone believed to be under 16, which is written right there in the law, to enter, exit, or remain in any vehicle, dwelling, building, or outdoor space with intent to commit listed sexual offenses under Massachusetts law. Child enticement applies to all of the legal offenses that you would find in a catch. For example, if someone were to distribute obscene material to a minor, that is an example of one of the offenses listed in the enticement law. All of this goes back to enticement, which depends on whether the perpetrator believed they were communicating with a minor and what their criminal intent was. And any other related offense that's implicated in a catch all apply to the enticement statute. So I hear about this a lot. Who are we to take the law in our own hands and enforce the law ourselves as citizens? It's not our job, we're not cops. Who are we to do that? Well, the very simple answer is we don't, and people should stop saying that we do. Even if they support what we do, there's an idea that groups like ours exist because police aren't doing enough. But all of this misses the point because all we do as citizens is to expose what's going on and then turn in our information to law enforcement. Like we're the news to the public. And just like if the news found information that would be valuable to law enforcement, that is what is reported to the police. Yeah, so it's kind of just, that actually should be part of it. But yeah, that's kind of just, kind of the direction I'm going in for as a video like that. Thanks. Yeah, I think, I mean, I've come a long way as far as, like, editing and stuff, so I like what I'm about to put out. Case Wizzy. Yeah, and I will say I'm really trying to get this kind of out, once it's, like, complete. And, yeah, I kind of have, like, a big test audience. They're kind of people that are in contact with me. So, but if people want to see it, though, and I trust them, I guess, then, yeah, I'll kind of show them as I work on it. A video better than CPP podcast. Yeah, it's I'm definitely not saying ice. I should be no. I'm definitely not saying I should be training. What did they say? ICAC. Like ICAC was asking them to train them. Well, I mean, so I'm basically speaking kind of more on behalf of like the field of it, pred catching done right, and kind of making the argument for it. Yeah, that's like, and actually part of it, I'm planning on getting into that where, you know, if done right, such and such, but if not done right, then that's kind of part of the problem. So kind of the way I'm doing it is, I'm kind of just focused on like predator catching being done the right way, but then like I'm gonna kind of make like a separate kind of segment or part of it, which kind of just goes into, you know, catchers when they miss the mark and how they can kind of use that as arguments against good catchers, you know. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. So it's already at like 9 minutes. I'm trying to make this thing about 15 minutes. I think it'll be like a little longer. They'll get trimmed down to about that. So that's about the target length. Yeah. But yeah, it's been real. Have a good day, everyone. Make sure you have a good pipe or bowl nearby so you don't have to make one of these. And yeah, have a good rest of the day. Always appreciate it.